Okay, Janelle, we're going to go into our nutrition now. So you've opened up to page 12, and we'll just kind of talk about some of the the guiding lines or the guidelines and cardinal rules here. So as we look at to it, we'll talk about our macronutrients, right? And you'll see that we'll have our proteins, our carbohydrates, our veggies. The plan really is simple. In the next few pages here, we'll get to know really what we should be eating, how much of it, and when we should be eating. And if you flip to our next page here, so we're looking at page 14, this is 14 and 15, we'll be planning really your specific plan, right? So we get to kind of jump back and forth between these pages. Page 14 gives us an example of really the best path towards your goals. You said looking to kind of work on that body composition. This is giving our body what it needs, when it needs it. So rule number one, and we're gonna create kind of a sample meal plan for you today based on your time, your schedule, your preferences, and we wanna make sure you're walking away with the perfect plan here. We're gonna start out from wake up. We need to make sure we have fuel in our body within the first 30 minutes. So let's start to build that little plan here together. What time do we need to have breakfast by if you're waking up at X time?
Okay, so let's say I wake up at 6.
Perfect.
So I'm going to eat at 6:30. Now, what if, on the weekends I sleep in a little bit? Do I still get up and eat at 30 minutes, or do I have to wake up at this time?
Exactly. Really, we're going to just make sure that we have that within that 30-minute mark.
Okay.
Some people are really die hard and they're going to wake up at the same time, and they may see some accelerated results, but let's just make sure we're not going beyond that 30 minutes waking up.
Okay.
So between this page and the previous page, we're going to start to build out. We know we need to fuel the body with the building blocks of protein. We know we need to give it the energy through our carbohydrates, and we're also going to include a lot of vegetables and talk about some healthy fats as well.
Okay.
So as we look through these different pages here, we'll be able to recommend our most valuable options here. So if we flip back, we'll see kind of portions. We'll see, for women, kind of what that looks like for you, right? So we'll say our protein size should be?
Okay, so it says 1 palm-sized portion.
Perfect. So whatever we might be eating, it might be a chicken breast, it could be a piece of fish. That'll be about the size of your palm for you, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Vegetables?
1 fist-sized portion.
At least. Vegetables is really an unlimited option too, right? So you can have as many as you need.
I didn't get here eating a lot of vegetables, so I guess I can have more.
Sneak them back in, right? As unlimited. And then carbohydrates, what are we looking at here for you? 1
cup-size hand portion.
Perfect. And we want to make sure that we're giving the body the right carbs at the right time, because that is our energy source, right?
Okay.
And then as far as our fats?
A thumb.
1 thumb. Now, I know a lot of people kind of run and get a little scared about our carbs and our fats, but ultimately those are important to balance in. Remember, our fats are going to help us with our hormones balance. They're going to help us with the brain function, really anything in our central nervous system, as well as our heart function as well. So we'll talk about the best options there. Let's see. Do you have any questions on portion sizes here so far?
No, I think that's pretty simple. Plus, if I go out to a rest-a-ront or whatever, I always have my hand with me. So
it goes everywhere with you.
Right.
Exactly.
So I can always quickly identify how much food I should be eating.
Exactly. So let's look at some of the best options here. Let's go ahead and flip forward just a page or two here, and let's see what kind of options we have. So if we want to look at the best available choices, we want to find, we've got your recommended proteins here. So high dense proteins going to be your white fish, your white meats, your chicken breast, your turkey, ground turkey, things like that. As we look at the different vegetable options, the more nutrient dense, the better. That's going to keep you full.
Okay.
And then as far as our carbohydrates, we're looking for grains, whether it's our whole grains, sweet potatoes, rices, beans, things like that. Of course, we want to stay away from the different types of processed or really
so donuts are not a good carb.
Yeah, I think we all know where we should stay away from, right? And then as far as our fats, we'll be recommending we stick with really a lot of the plant-based, right? So avocados, coconut oil, olive oils, those types of things. Nuts, those are going to be our best options, and we do want to minimize the types of saturated fats or, of course, any sort of processed fats, right? Or trans or hydrogenated oils. So let's take a look here and just kind of map out a perfect day. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we want to make sure we have those options. And in between those, we're gonna give you a little snack so we don't get too crazy. You know, every 2 to 3 hours, we wanna make sure that we're fueling our body, giving a little snack, a little in between. So if we've got a breakfast at 6:30, you know, lunch may not be until the midday. Let's make sure we have a little snack. We're gonna just do a little bit of protein at that maybe 2.5 to 3 hour mark.
Okay.
Most people might be choosing the easiest thing, the easiest, most convenient, and of course flavor is going to be a protein shake. And we'll go into a little more detail about that, but want to make sure we have at least a little snack of protein here.
Okay.
Some people, like I said, protein shake. Some people might be going to Greek yogurt or maybe some hard-boiled eggs, something like that. What's going to work well for you? Let's have you write in what that option would be for you.
I think I'm just gonna go with a protein shake because
Awesome.
you know I'm always on the go and I think it's the easiest thing. Put it in, shake it up, you down it, and you're off.
Convenience is key. You're doing
Awesome.
great there.
Okay.
So that puts us at about a 9 or 9:30 snack. Lunch, again, we're gonna build out your protein, your carb, your veggie, and a healthy fat as well. What would you want to plug into your lunch option here for protein, carb, veggie, and fat?
Well, I really only eat chicken, so
Awesome.
I'm gonna go with chicken breasts.
Perfect.
Veggie. So, do you have any suggestions?
I like asparagus, broccoli, green beans,
Everything you said is
kale.
green.
Green, always green is good stuff. What else do you like? What do you go to?
I'm gonna go with asparagus. Then.
Asparagus, perfect. Green is a great thing here. Carbohydrates, some of my favorites are quinoa, sweet potato, brown rice. Those are some of my favorite go-tos.
I
Any
love
of
sweet
those?
potatoes.
Perfect, sweet potatoes.
No marshmallows on top, right?
You know, those other things can be a little tricky. Best way to cook them is just boil them, and as you slice them, you get to see the really cool, the sugars kind of create a lot of sweetness in them too, so just boils are good to go.
Okay.
And a healthy fat here, like I said, you know, it might be maybe something you're cooking with in your oils, or maybe it's snacking on some nuts, some almonds, something like that. Just having that thumb's portion's worth.
About a little avocado on my chicken.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. So we're built out there. Lunch looks good. Again, if that's about a midday lunch, 12:30 in the case of your timing, we would have a snack again about 3 hours later.
Okay.
All we need is protein. Could be your shake, could be Greek yogurt, could be, if you're up to chew another piece of chicken, you could go for it. We can plug that in now.
I'll go Greek yogurt.
Awesome. So you getting the idea here, Janelle? Pretty simple, right? Simple, not easy always. And then again from that, we're just going to roll right into dinner, no more than
Okay.
3 hours later. What do you think we're going to include for dinner?
I already told you, I'm just doing chicken.
Chicken,
Veggies.
veggies,
Got
carbs,
it.
and fats.
Okay, I got it.
Awesome.
Okay.
So simple enough, right? 6:30 or so, that leaves you on dinner, and we recommend we got to give our body something to fuel throughout the night as well. We're going to be repairing some of those sore muscles that you mentioned earlier, and we just need another little snack there. Greek yogurt's an awesome snack here as well, but we do need a little bit of protein to help throughout the night.
So could I do a protein shake or
Protein shake,
Cottage
egg
cheese?
whites, cottage cheese, exactly. Any
I'll
of
go
those.
cottage cheese.
Perfect. One of my favorites there.
Can I put honey on it?
You know, honey might not be a terrible thing. Honey might not be the fastest path towards your goals. So, you know, it might be something to kind of take a look at. If you like your progress and it doesn't seem to hinder it, it might not be a big issue. But if you're feeling like, hey, I'd like to speed up my progress a little bit, that might be something I would just, you know, knock off pretty quick there.
Got it. Okay.
How's that sound, Janelle? You feel like you're ready to get started with this, plan it out, prep it, and
I think
follow
the
through with it?
biggest thing is that I just actually have to go and take the time and get all of it prepped. I need to
Awesome.
set aside the time to do it.
So here's what we recommend. I mean, we have that one big day of grocery shopping, right? What's the day that you go and
I
get it all done?
grocery shop on Sunday.
Sunday's perfect. So likely most of our people are going to be doing prep twice a week. So they're going to be cooking all their grilled chicken on Sunday. They're going to be getting all their sweet potatoes grilled up or boiled up, and they get their big batch of veggies. That way through the week, you're able to just kind of portion out into your Ziplocs or to your Tupperware. Got a good bunch of Tupperware. Get your lunchbox cute and ready. It's going to be real, just nice grab and go, convenient for you. And then maybe come Wednesday or so, it's time to re-prep or re-cook. And so that might be a time for them to have another day where they're divvying up their 2 hours and kind of getting things set up for the rest of the week as well.
Got
So,
it.
you know, kind of find what works well for you.
Okay.
But again, that convenience is key, and you're not going to be running off, you know, unprepared, making bad choices when you're hungry.
Yeah, I find that because when I'm hungry, I just want to eat whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
it
where we
doesn't
get in
matter
trouble.
at that point. I just want to eat.
That's definitely where we get in the troubles. All right, now Janelle, some anomalies are, you know, when we put our workout into the day, sometimes that can change what our meal plan looks like, right? So what day or what time of day are you normally working out?
Normally, it's probably going to be either the 9 a.m. or the 4:30 p.m., but I know for sure on Fridays I have to hit the 5 a.m.
Okay, so let's talk about in case of this Friday 5 a.m., right? Because for a lot of people, that entire breakfast, I mean, you mentioned you got your egg whites, you got your oatmeal, you've got your, you know, vegetables on top of that. That might be a little bit much sitting in your stomach before you do work out. And so in that case, we have some options to play with. But we need something in your body, right? We don't want to just show up empty, and again, we don't want to show up too heavy on that 5 a.m. workout. So at bare minimum, we need you to at least get a protein shake in before you work out.
Okay.
And see how you feel there. You know, you might feel okay, like you have enough energy. If you're feeling like you don't have enough energy, we got a couple options as well. I recommend your Greek yogurt, great option there before your workout because you're going to have your protein, your building blocks, and there's also a little bit of carbohydrates in there for you to have some energy or some fuel source for that workout. So that's a great option. Again, see how you feel. Make sure you've got enough to finish that workout, right?
Okay.
You know, some other little in-between options you can play with might be taking part of your oatmeal portion from breakfast and maybe splitting half of that. You can throw some of those oats in raw to your shake. And again, you have a little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs. You should be able to finish your workout.
Okay.
So those are kind of the anomaly days, you know, those early 5 a.m.s on Fridays for you. That's going to be important refuel. As soon as you're done with your workout, we'll just hop right back into your normal schedule, right into breakfast, snack, lunch, and that'll shift your day accordingly. Does that make sense for you?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So if I have my oatmeal from my first, then I'll just afterwards go back into everything else.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So you don't skip breakfast after that. We don't skip meals after that. You get kind of a little extra additional in front of that.
Okay.
Remember, we're not here, you know, trying to lose a bunch of extra weight because we had an extra scoop of protein. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Now, some of the other anomaly days you might have, maybe you have a really early day, and for your 4:30 workout, you know, it might end up where your quote-unquote dinner is at 3 p.m., right? And so some people like to stretch out their afternoon, and they might have 2 snacks in the afternoon before their actual dinner. So in that case, we could take your PM snack. You said cottage cheese was, you know, my after dinner snack. You could have that before your workout, and that way it gives you a little extra time to get home and enjoy your dinner. Or the other option, some people would rather just have their dinner early. And again, after your workout, we need to refuel. It could be your PM snack with your cottage cheese. So making sure that we don't go more than 3 hours, just like we said, but figuring out what's going to be that best meal before your afternoon workout, especially on those long days. Sometimes that stretch can be too long.
Okay, that's good to know because I know sometimes if I'm working out at 4:30, like I don't know where my meal should go.
Right.
Either it's too close or whatever, so I would just stretch it out and not eat, and then I feel like I'm not doing so hot in the workout because I don't have any fuel.
Exactly. We want to make sure that
Okay.
we got you fueled up. So you can kind of choose, you know, would you rather have dinner ahead of that or just another snack? We'll bring that cottage cheese up.
Got it. Okay, I can do that.
Perfect. Any questions on those kind of odd anomaly type days?
Totally makes sense.
Awesome.